Good morning. It is day 73. It's about 7:15 in the morning. I am up and just getting a little bit of work done that I wasn't able to take care of yesterday, um, that I'd brought home with me, but just sort of got sidelined by, thinking about the, current events, not just Robin Williams' death, but also what's been going on in Ferguson. And if you haven't been looking that up in Ferguson, you really should. Um, so it's early morning. We have very interesting weather going on here in Corvallis right now, um, in that there's a thunderstorm nearby and or in town. I'm not sure specifically where it is because I haven't looked. And that's not common here in Oregon, at least this part of Oregon. The Willamette Valley tends to have pretty temperate weather. It doesn't usually get too cold. We don't really get snow. We don't usually get a lot of wind, and we certainly don't get a whole lot of thunderstorms. I think we've had 3 this year, which, those of you who live where there are thunderstorms regularly kind of laugh at that. But here, that's a big deal. And we've had a really dry winter. And so when the thunderstorms come through, I don't know if you can hear the thunder rolling in the background right now. When the thunderstorms come through, the lightning strikes, when we have this really dry winter, we're seeing just intense amounts of wildland fire. And this last weekend, I was backpacking on South Sister, and I showed you pictures of where we were, and the visibility was really bad because there was fires 15 miles down the road. And as a person who spends time in the outdoors, who loves the backcountry, I love thunderstorms. And when it's not destructive to people or property, I'm totally fine with wildland fires, in the sense that I know that they're important for forest ecology. I recognize that there are people that put themselves in a lot of danger containing those fires and making sure that we're safe from them. And I want to say I'm really grateful for that. So if you are or know someone who's a smoke jumper or who does any type of wildland firefighting, thank you. And pass that thank you on to those people that you know. That said, as I think about these sort of extreme aspects of the weather, and my sort of love of these really intense things, I recognize that that is sort of a part of my nature, is to really love things that are out on the poles, that are really extreme. And at least for here, thunderstorms are really extreme. And sometimes that can be really wonderful because I can appreciate these things that are both awesome and terrible and intense. And sometimes it's not always the best thing because these things can be very destructive. And, I wonder sometimes whether or not my love of these things is linked to the fact that I've lived with bipolar disorder for my whole life, and that the things that are extreme in my life are sort of cherished in some ways, particularly my experiences of mania, not so much extreme depression. Yeah, so I think about that and I wonder, and I recognize that there's an awful lot of potential for there to be destruction when it comes to those things. And simultaneously, there are things that are part of my life, and they come to me and I experience them and I live through them. And yeah, so anyway, my thoughts for the morning, and I'm going to mosey back into my email and then get myself on to work. So yeah, I will talk to you all tomorrow.